they got my dirt, they're gonna have my house. Think about that.
The riprap would help you, Donna, but usually that's a homeowner's issue, but it would help you, the
Then
riprap.
I could put riff raff there, yeah, sure.
The big
I
rock
put
you're
some
talking
dirt, I can't put dirt there, and then they can say, oh, it's just the water.
Well, if you put riprap there, I am going to say nothing about it.
Where am I gonna get the riff raff? You gonna put it down?
No,
See
because-
me, I'm so
I know.
skinny, and I don't think I can do it.
All right. Moving on, we're trying to just.
I'll be waiting for the answer,
Well, we're gonna have the attorney look into
that's
it.
what I said.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
I will be
I
waiting.
did not forget you. I seriously did. We had a conversation yesterday about it.
Okay.
And I got your
Yeah.
photos too. I can show you the photos. I got them in my office. So. All right, TIF, we're expecting 103,000 in that. Also projected to sell, I put in 2 land purchases, or 10,000. Interest income, $600, so for 113,600. TIF district expenses, I believe, is a little bit high on it. I don't look for us to have any issue, many expenses like we did last fiscal year. TIF assistance, I did put at 20,000. Also, you would see that we have the Baxmeyer expenses. I did put in the actual loan payment of 165,000. I know things were kind of discussed on putting in the interest only payment. To be honest, when I did the budget, I didn't know what that payment was going to be, so I played it safe at 165,000. Even if we go less, we're still good. So that makes for the total expenses of 215,000. Now, that's total expenses without the payment, just makes it 50,000, so we balance out there. Anyway, you also kind of go in and you kind of see just the regular stuff that we have to have for Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund at $78,020, our employment, Social Security, so. Anyway, we could have a motion to approve ordinance number 819, please.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
You usually have like a 3% contingency. The only place I saw contingency was in the streets department.
Yeah, we do. We have not been using that because we've been under on our line items. So we've been just mixing that into our other areas. So as long as we don't go over our full dollar amount that's been appropriated, we haven't had it in quite a few years. But yeah, Darren puts it in, but we never touched it. And our auditors have never said anything about a contingency or anything. So. We do have about, I think we are, what is it, $4,200 of its actual surplus through general revenue. That's not appropriated. Anyway, just gonna have a motion to approve ordinance number 819.
Make the motion.
All right, you have a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? Seeing none, roll call please.
Walden. Porter.
I'm gonna abstain.
Sullivan. Smith.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Nelson.
All right, up next, we have a motion to approve supplies for a water main repair at Maple and Elder Street for $1,500. Can I have a motion to approve that, please?
Motion.
Do you have a second?
What happened that it needs?
Dana, you got an answer for that?
They put a new water main, down that road, the last couple weeks, and they just needed to make some changes to it.
So we have a second.
No.
Oh, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Sullivan.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Porter.
Yes.
Reed.
Yes.
Walden.
Yeah.
All righty, up next, we have a motion to approve a new computer and printer for the street shed for $2,000. All
I make a motion.
right, you have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Reed.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Sullivan.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Porter.
Yes.
Nelson.
Yes.
Alrighty, up next, we have ordinance number 820, motion to approve an ordinance for a new squad vehicle. Really kind of wanna thank, Gary for this. Gary ended up finding a Dodge Durango for $44,816. And, we've been talking about one for quite a while with Brian, so, I wanna thank Gary for that. And Brian, you got anything you wanna add, to it?
No, it's a new one, but it's a 23. So they have it on the lot. He's saved it pending the outcome of this tonight. So we have to outfit it. I don't have any bids on that yet. So I'll get back to you with that stuff. But
How much do you think it'll cost to
I
outfit
don't know. I don't know.
You're talking to outfit?
Yeah. So we need laptop, lights, radio, camera, cage.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It was 8,000 4 years ago.
Would you not
But we
take it,
didn't need a camera then, we need a camera now.
but you have 3 vehicles now, are you gonna take that stuff out of one of the vehicles to
We
put
have,
in them?
well, we have three officers,
Right,
yeah. So our thought, well, I was talking with Derek today, he called, so the current 17 we have will go to the SRO Doug, and Jackson or I will get the new one, probably Jackson. And then we still have the 20, that we'll have this one, and then we have the 15 that we bought last year for the SRO, that we talked about. I would like to keep it because we can use it for training, we can use it to travel back and forth for training. We already paid for it, we already outfitted it, we're not gonna get what we paid for it a year ago. It's already paid for, it's a 15, it has high miles anyway, so. We had both squads in the car, or in both the 17 and the 20 were in the shop, Labor Day, and it was 3-day repair on both of them, so we were out without a squad.
So we allocated 50,000. The new vehicle by itself is 44, so we got
Yes.
about 6,000.
Yeah.
We kinda guesstimated probably between 10 and 12 to outfit it.
Yeah.
Nothing that we have now could be moved to it.
Right, that's correct.
The Durango has to have a special cage package, it has to have all that stuff, what doesn't match anything that we have now. Your computer, did you ever find out if that was ever worked for the state
Not
police, or is it?
working yet.
it's pretty much
Yeah,
shot.
It's pretty much, yeah.
So we're gonna have to replace that no matter what, period. I don't know how much, do you remember off the top of your head how much ARPA money you have still, cause there's.
Well, I thought
We
you said
have
22.5,
Yeah.
right?
So I'm thinking maybe the difference between the 6,000 and whatever's left
Yeah.
over may have to just come out of that.
Yeah.
But that gets us a squad car at least a year earlier,
Oh, yes.
and I can guarantee you, we love
We're
it.
ahead by far. I called another agency and a local agency, and they're gonna get one too. And the performance on these vehicles, I didn't even know, thanks to Deere. I mean, I had no idea they were on the market, and they are fabulous vehicles. A lot of agencies are going to the Durangos, and they're $10,000-$12,000 cheaper.
Yeah, that
Almost.
23,
I mean, it's-
the 24, and it's really weird, the 23 actually was $1,000 more than the 24. But
Yeah.
the 23 is a better vehicle and it's better equipped.
Yes, yes.
So it's by far and away,
Yep.
and I know market straight value on those before they did the sort of discount on these was close to 53 or 54.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
They're about $10,000 difference. And it helped that they're the 23 and the 25s are
Yeah.
It looks like,
It's
so
an SUV.
it looks like our current one, but it's a Dodge versus the Ford.
A big van, or more or
It's
less is the way I
it's
would
an
describe them.
SUV, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
SUV.
actually a little smaller, I think, but I'm being told they have a lot of room inside.
Well,
They're more,
honestly, most vehicles, like especially in rural areas and stuff, you almost have to have something like this. You can't run like an old school squad car, because once you get outside city limits, you're
It'll be four-wheel drive.
good luck.
it is, it's all-wheel drive, yeah.
Yeah. They're specifically
pictures
made
if you
for
wanna see it.
highways.
Yeah, I have a picture too.
Alright, okay. We have a motion to approve ordinance number 820, please.
I'll make the motion.
Alright, we have a second? Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call please.
Smith,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes. Sorry.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Porter,
Yeah.
Alrighty, up next, we have a motion to approve the street closure for Casey Williams Foundation fundraiser at 1905, on, June 22nd, 2024. The Casey Williams Foundation is holding a fundraiser for their, for the year, it's called like a grown-up day, so they're gonna have some events, kind of set up in front of the brewery, so they would just like to have that closed, and I think it's starting like at 4 o'clock, or from like 4 to 8. So, if we could, just approve that, and that's it.
I make a motion for street closure for Casey Williams fundraiser.
Alright,
I'll second it.
any discussion? Seeing none, roll call please.
Nelson,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Walden,
Yes. Alrighty, next, we kind of discussed this already, the motion to discuss an action is necessary for to define ordinance 5-4-15, I don't think there's really anything more to add, other than, like I said, I talked, Candy and I have spoken, we're definitely going to open up more line of communication with Dana to let her know of things.
Eric, can I ask what that ordinance is? I was afraid to ask earlier.
I can read it to you.
I got it here too.
Oh, okay,
Animal control.
okay.
Yeah, it's an animal issue.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure what was going on.
Yeah, that's what it was. It got into that, I mean, it was done in 1991. Kim, were you there? I'm just kidding.
I think it might be a good idea to set some, or acknowledge that whatever limits are acceptable, whether it's 45 minutes. I think we need it, that needs to be in there somewhere. So,
And
when,
nonstop.
yeah, and it is
What did you
nonstop, so
find?
that someone can say to him, here's the ordinance.
So that was something,
I'm just saying that just,
no, that's what we can, because it just strictly states, any person knowingly to keep or harbor any dog which habitually barks, howls, or yipes in such a manner as materially disturbs or annoys persons in the neighborhood who are of ordinary sensibilities.
I think the 45 minutes came from, something like that was in a nuisance ordinance somewhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it was just a number
When I looked
thrown out,
at,
but yeah, I don't know what the right number is.
it's not really well defined.
No, it's
And
not.
suffer in sit-down ordinances, and ours, it doesn't define times.
I think a couple years ago, whenever this issue was brought up, Miss Susie Burgess was alderman at the time. And she was looking into it, and she called, a few communities around here and
Yeah.
asked them about theirs, and she called and talked to, Christian County. And Christian County informed her that they consider it 45 minutes, so that's where the 45 minutes came from.
I'm just wondering if maybe defining it better, would it be
Well, and
a
that's
way
why-
to stop this? And proof. I'm sorry, he's literally lied.
Well, it's not so much proof of a video, I don't want a video, I want to hear it. Like,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
had calls.
But I'm there all the time, and you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, and
He
I've
has
played
lied
with your
about my
dog.
dog.
Yeah, I've played with your dog. Your dog's a sweetheart. But if I don't hear it, I've been at the park and gotten text messages, and
No,
I've not heard anything.
I have too, Dana, I've driven around, on Saturdays, but he's been out.
So I'm just
with me.
wondering if definition wouldn't help.
I'm for putting a definition in, but it's finding that and another thing too, if a dog is continuously barking, maybe kind of also see what that root of the problem is, if it's,
Yeah,
hey,
'cause it
it's,
might be
it's got a log chain, it's got no water, it's no food,
They know me, I've turned
that's
somebody in for dog
unkind of
abuse.
the dog, the way those people are treating it.
yeah.
So,
So,
I get it.
and we can produce this, talk about it again at another time, maybe talk about it at another committee meeting. We can have it, kind of looked at, but I'm okay with putting a time. We'll make it to where it's an agreement between Dana and the board and myself, so.
Well, I think we might need it as a way to, be able to show the harassment, just saying.
No, I agree with you. I agree.
He needs to
Oh,
learn to
sorry
act
for
like
that.
a normal human being.
I think one thing.
Oh, go ahead, Terry.
One thing that I noticed, and just glancing through it, it doesn't actually, so if you look at 5.4.15 section B, it's the way the ordinance is written, there's no
And it's up for
finding.
interpretation kind of.
Yeah,
It's,
well, cause all it says is whenever a person shall complain to the animal control officer that the dog does it, the animal control officer shall notify the owner that a complaint has been received and give a verbal warning. All it says is basically if he calls and complains, you have to basically give them a verbal warning.
The what?
There's
Yeah.
nothing in here about whether it's invalid or not. It's
Yeah.
basically just if somebody calls and complains,
I mean, I try to, every morning I'm driving down that road to check the park for one. I drive by a couple times a day for the park. But I'm always driving down that road. I go down that alley numerous times and I don't ever hear anything. The one person I was hearing, whenever I've reached out to him, it's been multiple times I've talked to him. His dogs were actually in the house barking one time.
well,
They
you
weren't even
know as-
outside.
You know as well as I do, I walked that street every day for 3 years
Yeah.
during COVID. I never heard a dog, nobody's dog barked at me ever.
Well,
I walked
there's,
all hours of the day.
like I said, there's 38 dogs within a block area. I mean, I feel bad, I really do, but with that many dogs, it's, this dog over here is gonna hear, they're gonna talk back and forth, them dogs are, and
Well,
if there's people standing in front of their yard, they're gonna be doing what a dog's supposed to be doing, and
not
that's
to mention how
barking.
many coyotes, raccoons,
Oh,
foxes.
this town is so full. Don't start on my foxes.
I mean,
The fox, I hope they don't mess with the fox, I love the fox.
they can't.
But
touch
yes,
the
it
fox,
does
they're
start the
protected.
symphony down the alley.
Yeah, I mean, it's, so I think that paragraph definitely needs to be addressed and needs to be rewritten.
Yeah.
Word it was something.
Used to will be like, you know, so that-
And I think that's true. That's all.
Maybe you talking about putting in a time.
Yeah, well, or just revising that,
Well,
that's all the other.
That's fine.
I know you missed a little bit of it, but that 514B, there's no question of finding. It's basically if a person calls and complains, the city automatically has to issue a warning. Even though there's no dog barking or anything, just if a person calls, it's their word and that's it.
No, I'm fine with that.
So that way definitely gets changed.
Alright. Anything else on that matter? Alright, we'll just move ahead, for the record, discussion and action as necessary on the sanitary sewer system phase 2. Project items as properly brought to the board, we got that discussed. Discussion and action as necessary on the water system improvement project items as properly brought to the board. We've got that hammered out as well. And discussion and action as necessary on the water system improvements phase 2, the new water plant building, we got that discussed as well. Discussion and action is necessary on the Baxmeyer subdivision. It's been pretty wet. I talked with Mark this afternoon on the way home, and it's been wet. However, Whole House is going to be getting in some of the work in and to get the sewer system in, and then hopefully we're starting at later this month getting some of the streets, the V guttering in with the concrete work. So that's basically it. It's just been wet. So Julie, you got anything you want to add or anything on that? So, it's sitting idle, but we're going to get things rolling by next month. So, alrighty. If there's any public comments on non-agenda items?
The fest went well, let's have it again on
Yes.
that same weekend, that was great. People really liked it.
Trying.
Yeah, they really liked it, so
We
thank you.
get the carnival, we'll have
Yeah.
it the same weekend.
Well, that's great.
And I do have to, forgot to say something. We did have our audit started the week of the fest.
Yes, we did.
And we're still working on it, but so far everything's looking good, no problems. I did overpay the Assumption Public Library, so I will be taking that out as we pay them monthly. Other than that, he said looks great. He will have a few things that he has to write up about the budgets. We're over on a few of the budgets, so he'll have that written up in the audit. He'll be here in July to go over the audit. And Andrew, one of the workers that was there working on the audit, told me that all of these other towns that he goes to, that I'm top of the list of having everything in order and prepared for him when they come.
So it's been
For
done.
you,
So,
for you.
just kind of wanted to let you
Thank
Yeah.
know that we didn't have any problems with finding them.
No, I
needed, I was very
righty, nobody has anything else, we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
All right, do you have a second? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Happy, you're adjourned.
Thank you, Gary.